Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to understand the next part of digital marketing, that is contextual inquiry. Okay, so it is the hidden dimension of user research. Okay, so let's understand some things about what is contextual inquiry. So basically we deep dive into the user interviews to understand this concept. Okay, so what is contextual inquiry? So it is an important step in user research which enables you to observe your user directly while he or she performs tasks in the problem space. Okay, so but it's not just observation, the participant also talks about what he or she is doing, and in this way you get a live information on the kind of circumstances in which you can expect your product to be used. So this information is invaluable in designing a product that understands the user context and meets his or her expectation. Okay, so basically you deep dive into understanding whatever user is thinking based on the user interview, and you try to study the context while interviewing the user. Okay, and then understand his or her behavior and draw some insights. Okay, so in contextual inquiry, the focus is more on observation than straightforward questioning. So basically you observe the behavior of the user interviewee. Okay, and then you will draw to do some research. Okay, and this user research method helps you to gain first-hand information about user behavior and then minimize errors and add an additional layer of objectivity, then identify gaps in the problem space. Okay, so these three things can be minimalized, okay, or can be drawn from the contextual inquiry. So how is the process of conducting contextual inquiry? So conducting this inquiry may seem like an straightforward task, but you should be cognizant of all the steps and considerations involved in this user research method. So besides, you also need to know how to ask questions that arise in your mind and how to make the participant comfortable so that you can collect accurate data. So basically you try to make the participant more and more comfortable and analyze his and her behavior, and based on that you can draw some conclusions. Okay, so to conduct a contextual inquiry session, you need to identify the problem statement and then target the group. So you also need to keep in mind that you should let the participant perform the task as he or she naturally would. So basically in these four lines, what does it convey is you should make the participant more comfortable. Okay, so if he or she becomes uncomfortable, then you might not get the accurate results. Okay, so interrupting the participant and asking the leading questions. Okay, so for example, if you are asking a question, like you have asked a question to the participant, and if he or she is answering, and while he or she is answering, you interrupt their answering and then you ask the leading question. So this leads to the loss of interest in the user. Okay, and then he or she might not openly tell you about your product. Okay, so don't cut their answering. Okay, so this will yield inaccurate and faulty data regarding distractions and personality clues. Okay, and the technology and workarounds employed by the user. So basically you are cutting the openness of the user. Okay, so some of the tips so that your contextual inquiry goes good. So keep your distance. So while interviewing, you should keep minimal distance between you and the user or the customer, you can say. Then keenly observe all the steps the participant takes while performing the task, and then record the sessions or take notes. Okay, so that you can ask the follow-up questions afterwards. Okay, then a product or marketing manager makes frequent visits to doctors' clinics in order to observe the processes and workflow that occur in that habitat. So this is what gives them the deep insights into how they can build a better product for their customers and users. Okay, so basically this is an example. For example, if as a manager, if you visit some industry on daily basis and observe some of the things there occurring, so based on those observations you can draw some conclusions, right, and you try to enhance your product or the efficiency of overall working of the industry, right. So that is how you draw the contextual inquiry from a situation. So that was all about today, guys. We learned about three things, that is user interview, then surveys, and lastly the contextual inquiry. Okay, so if you learned something from this video, do hit that subscribe button. Until then, take care. Bye bye.